What's going on, Turn Two Terribles? It's Jimmy and Chris here on this chilly December evening. Jay Z is around. He'll probably be in the comments and stuff. We just figured a lot of news coming out with PRI and a lot of schedules coming out the past week or two, and a lot of, especially, a lot of local drama here with some of the scheduling we're going to talk about. So we just want to do like quick little maybe 15-20 minute podcast just to kind of hit some of the stuff and give our thoughts on it. If you're tuning in live, thanks for checking us out, and give your comments in the chat on what you think on some of these topics. Chris, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. I get to break out my new Vertical for Life hat. They have a lot of new merch coming down over there at verticalforlife.com. But oh yeah, the Kyle King shirt. Gotta love this. It's one of my favorites.
Even DK says, "Look at that KK shirt, man. Let's go." So yeah, Brad Weatherby, what's going on, man? Good to see you. We missed you guys. It's been a couple weeks off. We'll be a couple more weeks off probably. We're getting some things geared up for 2025. But right now we're taking some time off and getting some stuff together. I got to get some more of those some clips out. What was your favorite moments from this past year that we can maybe get out there? Let us know. Let's start, I guess, with the hottest topic here in Central PA, and that was PA Speed Week. Um, Want to bring DK and Kyle Keen in?
Why not?
Why not? I could send you the link, Dakota.
I mean, they're only doing nothing good, so why not bring him in here?
Hold on. Let me see. I'll send it to him on Discord. See if he could join. Anyway, usually PA Speed Week, not much changes from year to year, but this year, one date really changed, and you could see it right there at the bottom. Path Valley gets a Speed Week date, man. A little bit of controversy, a little bit of, I think a lot of people are happy for Path Valley for getting this. I am as well. But obviously, Sealands Grove off the calendar kind of, I don't want to say rub people the wrong way, but some people were pretty mad about it. And then it also brings up all the typical conversation of why do we run tracks twice and this and that. And, you know, I I get both sides. Personally, I think Port Lincoln and Port Lincoln and Grove can all support and get really great crowds to justify two Speed Week shows. But at the same time, there are plenty of tracks in the area that are looking, for more. So maybe things change in the future. I don't know. Obviously, with Sealands Grove not having that finale date as normal, um, just kind of different. Oh, we got him in the chat. We're gonna be joined here by Dakota Kuhn and Kyle Keen. What's going on, guys? Cheers. Happy Friday.
Wherever the hell they're at is loud as hell.
Yeah, well, Critter, sometimes you just got to get out of the house.
No, I only leave with you, Dakota. And the last time we didn't get home till 2 a.m.
Yeah, but did you have a good time?
I did like watching you lose all your money. Yes, that was a great time.
He loses his money every weekend.
Well, he owns a race car. Of course he
Every time I
does.
roll a sprint car out of the trailer, I lose money.
Hey, that's Sean Keen's son.
Do you know Sean Keane? Does anybody else know Sean Keane?
Anyone heard of Sean Keen?
So what do we want to discuss here? How badass Bath Valley is on Speed Week?
Just Speed Week in general, man.
Yeah,
Sean Keane to the 8.
Sean Keen to the 53. 53 coming back. Breaking news. Sorry.
Breaking news?
Yeah, breaking news. Sean Keen to the 53.
Where? Just at Baps.
Just
Sean
that.
Keane to be part of a second Key Motorsports entry in the 53, coming out of retirement.
You heard
Coming
it
out
here
of
first.
retirement. Let's go.
Does Sean Keen know this news?
Sean Keen's going to learn when he tunes in to watch.
All right, I'm gonna say. I'm sure Sean, he knows about this or not.
He does not.
Perfect.
He-
Yeah, Dakota,
He
tell us
probably
your
should not let
thoughts.
us go-
Yeah,
On
tell us
what?
your thoughts about Path Valley getting a
Path-
Speed Week date.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be packed. Kyle Keen's going. Okay, Kyle Keen is not going, but the 90 will be.
You will not see a 17K Path Valley.
Why not?
It's not my style of racetrack, boys.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He got scared after Clinton County.
He likes the big tracks.
Not even walls
Yeah,
in Clinton County. What's to be afraid of?
He's a pedal main. He don't know how to finesse. He's not a critter.
What do you think about Port Lincoln and Williams Grove all getting 2 dates each?
I get it.
Oh, we got Daddy Jay-Z in the house.
I get it, but it's look, hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
This room's filling up quick, boys.
It's
What's
Poppy
up,
on his way to
fellas? Want to say
Backwood.
hi, stop in, say hi to everybody. Happy Offseason. Hope it's all going well. Man, you got all the yappers you need there tonight, so have fun. Just want to say hi to everybody. Be back soon.
Hell yeah. What do you think about Path Valley getting a Speed Week date?
Dude, so hyped for Path Valley, right? Like, I know there's been a lot of negative about the Speed Week, and it happens every year, even if there wasn't a change. Like, let's say it was the same Speed Week schedule it was every year for the last decade. It always gets a little bit of hate because of the duplicates and all the crap, and the same exact conversation happens every year. But the fact is, Path Valley being added is awesome. If people lately, there has been, what's the last 410 show there? 2019?
You have them with you.
What I want
Did
to
they
say?
It might have been 2019, yeah. It's been a while.
1920. So it's been 4 or 5 years. If you're newer to the sport or haven't been there, you got to go there, not just for the 410 show, but the 305s, the wingless sportsmen, late models. Like, that place is really cool. And the fact that it's going to be highlighted like this is just great. I'm pumped.
Yeah, I'm happy Path got added, but obviously I'm sad to see Selinsgrove go. So I do hope that they could figure something out in the future. If this is a big success for Path, which I think it will be, I don't want to see, Path Valley have to go and Selinsgrove come back. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather see them figure something out to keep them both on and maybe even get a Clinton County in there. That's my opinion. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, same. I think a perfect speed week. We had it at one time with all different tracks. There's no reason why we can't have a Selinsgrove with Path Valley, Clinton County. I get why the big tracks have their 2 dates, but it takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I think I think it's a good move because a month ago we didn't even know if Selinsgrove was going to be in operation. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that all factored into when this decision was made. You know what I mean? It's like they can't really screw around. They got to get this stuff locked in. And if Selinsgrove doesn't know, um, you know, if you don't know what's going on there, and it almost got pulled last year, so it didn't really surprise me, but it's disappointing, and it's just, not much every side can do, in my opinion, from the outside looking in.
Yeah,
Um,
like if I could on Selinsgrove, listen, I fully understand why this happened. I think we all do.
mhm,
But they have a year. It's quiet. Things go off as it's supposed to. No one's going to forget. No one's going to forget to leave it off of anything. It's going to be back right where it belongs. If this is a sacrifice for 1 year for the longer term gain with this new regime and it's healthy in the long run, like we're all going to be better off for it. And if that means a little bit of sacrifice this year, and listen, they're still going to have 410s. They're still going to have a show. There's some TBAs on there, like Alex mentioned. Like it's not going anywhere. Like we're really crying over not a big deal, right? It's one event. Yeah, I get it. History, whatever. But it'll be back. It'll be back in no time. So as long if things get right in the right direction, right? Because it's been a few years, more than a few years of I don't know what's going on there.
yep.
So they get it going. They do what they're supposed to do, and they have a quiet, get the season done deal. It'll be right back.
Williams Grove falling on, the 4th of July, I think that's gonna, make that race even big that's always the biggest race of Speed Week, but I think for some reason with it being the 4th of July, that's just gonna make it even bigger, you know what I mean? You got
So many more fireworks.
so many more fireworks, all the fireworks. I'm here for it. Let's talk about Selinsgrove real quick because they turned a lot of heads with their scheduling, and which is a lot of people connecting dots that maybe this would be why um, you didn't have a Speed Week day is because they are they're going pretty aggressive with some Friday nights here. We talked about it a little bit when we had Jeremy Elliott on. Um, at that time, we only knew that they were coming back with the new regime and that their opening night was going to be April 11th, a Friday night with 410s and super late models. Um, then he kind of broke the news to us that that's not the only Friday night 410 show that they're having. And then when they dropped this, they have one, they have another on April 11th. They have the Ray Tilly on Friday, May 16th. Then one that I was really circling that I'm still circling, but I'm looking at is Friday, June 6th, the Kramer Cup, which is the URC 360s, 410s, and USAC East Coast. Awesome card. Um, and then I think that was the last. And then there's First Responders Night, August 15th, Twin 20s for 410 sprint cars. And then I think that's it for 410s on Friday night. So 4 of them throughout the
Right.
year.
I
They
think the
have
one is Knoxville weekend, right?
yes, yeah. So, yeah, the 15th I'm pretty sure is. Um, so you got 4 of them. One of them's Knoxville weekend where they're dark anyway. Um, 2 of them really early in the season. I understand why Williams Grove kind of feels the way they are about it, but I don't think it's a big deal, to be honest. They're trying some different things, some Fridays, some Saturdays. They're trying to pull in whatever they can. To try to just re-spark interest in the community there, to try to get the speedway going again. If you just run every Saturday, obviously that didn't work in the past because there's reason why they had struggles there. So why not try Fridays? Um, and I think they have a really great card here. They have some really cool divisions coming in. The pay's going to be really good, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to many summer nights here at Selinsgrove. Um, with a lot of good races there. Chris, you're a
It's
Williams Grove guy.
it's a bold strategy, I think,
Yeah.
from their side. Um, it's I don't know the last time it's been done where someone's took Williams Grove's 410 card, went against them. It's bold.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's the right way to do it, but I guess we'll see. They are making those like marquee events, but you figure that one's now going against an all-star date.
Yes.
Um,
That Friday, June 6th, that
where
one that man, as soon as I saw that, I know me and Jay-Z were both like, yeah, that's one I really want to get to. And then the All
it
Stars announced.
almost feels like the game's on.
Hmm.
We haven't seen the Williams Grove schedule yet. Williams Grove did it first, which is good. They put it out there, but I don't think they're getting favorites from Williams Grove. I think you're going to see Williams Grove target those days to make them big enough that they're going to want to keep teams there.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Elliott kind of alluded to that when he was with us about another shot across the bow, Williams Grove from another tracks, like without even really asking or telling them, they were just kind of putting it out there.
I don't
Um,
think they need to ask. I'm
I
sorry.
don't I don't know if they need to ask, but eh, you're close enough. You're
Mhm. You
45
want
minutes apart. You want business relationships matter. Um, you don't want to go against Williams Grove if you're Steelers Grove. You're already on shaky ground, and you have the most established track in the area. You don't want to piss them off. Yes, you have Port Royal backing you, and they've come a long way too.
I don't even know if they're necessarily backing them. I think they're
But
just
they have some
working
they
together,
have some
which is
support.
why I think these Friday nights work because you might pull some of those Port guys that don't run Williams Grove that are more local to Port. Maybe you get a
Sure,
couple of those guys. You know what I mean? Maybe you get
sure.
some different people that come on a Friday, and it's only a couple
And
Fridays.
there's a way this could
They're gonna
work.
be they're mostly late models
There's a
on
way
this
this could have
schedule.
worked better for everyone if Steelers Grove makes the phone call and just says, "Hey, this is what we're thinking." Just gives that little bit of respect. I think maybe then Williams Grove plays nice, and
I
this works out
don't
well
think
for
it
Steelers Grove.
changes. I don't think it changes anything.
I
Williams
mean,
Grove's
it
still gonna
sure as
run.
he
They're not gonna go dark those 2 or
no, they
3
might do, but they might at least
random Friday
have
nights.
they might at least have a little bit like, you know what? Maybe we'll do something different. Now it's like I think you
No,
maybe just poked them,
they
but now you
won't
just poked
do
them.
anything different. They won't do anything different.
I just want to see their schedule.
Maybe that's how the All-Star schedule came out, you know,
That's
but I don't
I don't know.
they run with 410s on Friday nights. They don't run anything other than that. They
Most
never
of the time, yeah,
really have, you know what I mean? So,
right. But
Selinsgrove knows that making this schedule, so
it's a
they're
as I
hoping
say, it's a bold move. It's a bold move,
yeah, it's a bold move, and listen,
and
I
don't
don't
get
think they
cars.
I don't think if they get 14, 15, 410s on a Friday night with these other divisions, I don't think that's failure. I think that's a good thing. I think it's just more ways to
My
get
concern
people to the
is
track.
how many quality 410s you're gonna get. That's the real concern.
I don't care.
I know you
To me,
don't
it doesn't
care, but
matter. Yeah.
if you want fans to keep coming back and you're not getting your headlining guys or Danny Dietrich's gonna go there and
Even
win all of them, like,
even that Friday night June 6th show, they're not the headline division. It's URC that's the headline division. 410's a support division. You know what I mean? So like, uh,
we're in 410 country. Whether listed first or second, they're still the headliner.
yeah, but you might get some of those maybe you get some of those 410 guys that'll run both. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
You know what I mean? I think that's kind of the angle. And just trying something different.
I mean, I get the idea of doing something different. I just don't
I
know
thought
that
it was a good move with them going the Fridays with a lot of late model races because then you could
sure.
pull then you'll have late model guys in the area that'll go because I mean, I don't know where else they run on Friday nights. Super
I
late
don't
models, I don't
I
think
don't
they run
I don't
anywhere
know.
near here. Does
Not
Hagerstown?
weekly at least. Not
Not
weekly.
weekly, no. So
And Hagerstown, I think Saturday.
right. So you could do a Friday, Saturday. You could have a whole weekend now if you're a super late model, locals late model team. And then throw in some 410s in there to get people to the track. A lot of 305 races. I think it'll work out well for them. I know as soon as they run one of those Friday night races and they get 16 410s, people are gonna be like, "Haha, look, it didn't work." But I
But
don't think that's the
but the
case.
but
It's gonna matter if
a
there's
weird
fans in the
argument because
stands.
Williams Grove also only gets 16 come summertime. So
Right.
but now worse where you're gonna find the other 16 at. It's I don't know. It's a bold move, but we'll see. Hope it works out. It's
Most
good to
of
have them back. It's good to have them doing something.
most of
It's interesting.
their big 410 races are still on Sundays, so that will help. um, Derek Howe, thanks for chiming in. He says, "I think Friday's show was in their best interest for car counts. Although they are going against a grain, it's their best chance to have a decent 410 field." And I kind of agree. I think, I don't know if they're going to get 24 because there are times where Williams Grove doesn't have, but I think think about a lot of the port cars that don't go to Williams Grove. They might be a little bit closer to Williams Grove and might go there. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I hope it really works out for them and it gets Sealands Grove back in the right direction because it's better when they're around, in my opinion. Um, Other races from their schedule, just kind of a lot of 305 races. They do have a super late model speed week. Um, they have fan appreciation night. A couple cool things going on. So be interesting to see. And there is that TBD on Friday, October 10th, which would be right around when they do their national open. So we'll have to see what happens there. Port Royal's schedule, nothing crazy. I know, Alex. I just said that. I just said that that was the same day as All Star Santa Cruz. We said that like 5 minutes ago. Um, yeah, just nothing really that we didn't know from about Port Royal already. There was one race that I was like, oh, this is. I can't remember which. Now that I'm thinking of it, but obviously the big thing is uh Weicker going to 3 days, which is another reason why Williams Grove feels slighted because now they're taking that Friday Memorial Day race away. Um, Again, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but not when they go dark 3 Saturdays for Williams Grove to have Outlaws. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion. All-Star schedule came out, mostly Ohio, pretty much all Ohio. It's pretty much Ohio Speed Week and a few other races, which I think is a good move for them, but there are 2 dates, Williams Grove and Lincoln, June 6th and 7th, both $8,000 to win. It'll be interesting to see who runs this tour and, how this gets going. Like I said, mostly Ohio. They will run Mercer, State Line Speedway. They'll go up to Michigan, a little bit of Indiana. They'll go to Attica 15 times, um, which is cool. I think this is a good schedule for them. I think trying to go over 30 races would be a little too advantageous, and goes back to the more local regional for them. You know what I mean? Which
Right,
is what
back
the All
kind of to their
Stars were.
roots.
Yeah. So I think it's a nice date or a nice schedule. Yeah. Any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's good that they're back, and Ohio guys all wanted, whined, and bitched and moaned that they had no regional series. They kind of have it now, so hopefully they all buy in and follow it. And if not, well, more proof that racers are going to bitch no matter what.
Yeah. And you had the Fast Series there. Um, you know, getting backed by Power Eye now, so you have we talked about Williams Grove and Selinsgrove maybe button heads. You got 2 series in Ohio button heads. It'll be interesting to see if they could work together and make it work there. Um, some other news from the off season here. A lot of driver changes. The biggest one I think in the area. We already talked about Chase Dietz when we had Jeremy Elliott on for a season finale. Brock Zierfoss coming off the Outlaw Tour, coming home. Freddie Raymer's going to be going into the Family 51 full time. He's out of the 8 car, and um, Brock Zierfoss will be going into that car and also running the 3Zs. Talking about maybe doing like a 100 race schedule. So committing to Williams Grove and Port Royal for the most part. So I think it's a great move. I think it's something that he should have did last year. But, I think everything happens for a reason, and now he's able to come home and get into a good ride and not have to use all of his equipment, I'm assuming. So, and kinda get some support there and get back with Jim Shuttlesworth, and, we saw what they did at BAPS, won a race, looked really, really good doing it. So, I think he can really be a guy that gets right up there with, Danny, Freddie, Troy, and is up there racing weekly for wins.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna see kind of a similar pathway that Brent Marks had when he came back, when he was dominant before he went back on the road. I think you don't go on the road for that long as he did and come back and not learn something.
Yeah.
Yes, you get your teeth kicked in winning Road of Outlaws for what 3, 4 years, but he's gonna be good here. We saw it at Babs. That 8 car is obviously good. Freddie may get an F by the fan vote, but we know that car is good.
Mhm.
And him and Jim Shuttlesworth, they had success before, so um, I think this is one of those situations that worked out well for everyone. I think Freddie did what he wanted to do for him. I think they'll be fine in 51. I think he'll go back to doing what Freddie does, and good for Rich Eichelberger and Brock. I think it's going to be just makes Posse stronger.
Absolutely. And then, yeah, I'm just excited for it. I'm excited to see Brock back weekly. Um,
I'm going to
and
love watching you wear red 8 shirts.
I know, it's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be weird. That car might actually turn orange.
Yeah,
It's gonna be the most boring paint scheme Brock's ever had.
I'm fine with it. I don't care. If it's up in Victory Lane, I think he won't care what the car looks
I
like.
don't think he'll care either, but the shirts are gonna be ugly.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just a boring car.
I love that car. I love the gold plated 8.
Yeah, that's about the only good thing about that car.
I don't know. I like how it was like kind of handwritten on the top. Freddie Raymer. I wonder if we'll
I
got to
guess.
go back with the same.
I don't know.
I don't know. I liked it. I
Guys, I
thought it
get
was
it. It gives me
a simple classic
it gives
scheme.
me the Al Hamilton vibe, so I guess I respect it.
Yeah.
What else?
Other driver changes. It was just announced today that Chris Whittam's going to be going into the Side 7S, running the World of Outlaws full time rookie campaign. I think it's a good move for both sides.
Is it?
I think so.
It's
Sides get some money
money.
to
That's the
keep
good
that.
side.
That's you're bringing that NOS money in, so it's well funded.
The bright
Which
side.
and you gotta think about the past. You had Landon Crawley and who was the one before that? Young kid,
Robbie Price.
Robbie Price. So I don't know how much money that they did bring, but I mean, obviously it didn't change sponsorship. So
No, I think they were there. I think the whole idea was when Jason Side stepped down was to be a mentor. It's gonna sound bad, but Chris Wyndham needs one of them, which is
yep.
crazy. You think from a wingless guy who was very good at his craft back then. He looks not that way now. Um,
Mhm.
maybe it's good for him. I don't know. The
I
Vermeer
think
car wasn't a bad car. Hunter Schumacher did pretty well in it.
he did all right.
He's
Yeah,
as good as Hunter's gonna ever be. So
yeah. So I don't know. I don't think he's gonna light the world on fire or anything, but I think he'll
does he win a
be.
race?
Mm. I mean, last year he proved in the 55 against the Outlaws that he could. He got made a dash and he was running up front. Maybe. I mean, I think the Outlaw field is gonna be
Anything's
very
possible.
tough this year, but yeah, anything's
Trending that
possible.
way.
What other moves were from around here?
Last I heard, trunk car's empty. Don't
Trunk
know
car is
anything
empty.
about that.
Yeah,
Though.
Cody Hartlob out of the
Some
39, as far as
rumors
we
there.
know.
Good for. Good, I mean, that was never supposed to be permanent, from what we understood from all parties involved when he's in there. That was just circumstantial. I mean, he came out last year and he did really well in his own stuff, and that opportunity presented itself. Cody Holt's gonna be fast again. I looking forward to him this year, fresh equipment. And hopefully, he got some of the rookie bad luck out of the way. And they did decent together. Curious to see who goes in that car and what that looks like for the Tron car. It's just been a revolving door. But I think this one's different. It's not doesn't feel like the other ones. It kind of feels like something that they already knew was coming. It was just a matter of when.
Yeah. Um, who else? There's been a bunch. There's been so many. Parker Price Miller's going to
I
the
saw.
4x5. He's going to be running Knoxville full time. I saw that today.
Did they ever figure
Um,
out who's in the 2KS yet?
yeah.
There's still some quality
Was it
free agents out there.
Corey Eliason's going in the 2KS?
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's
Jacob
still some
Allen's running a pick and choose schedule. He won't be
s-
committing to anything, which I think is a good move for him.
right, and
So we'll probably see him local a little bit more.
we don't know what Brent Marks' plan is yet. Brent Marks
True.
just keeps teeter-tottering around. We had him on the show, and he's like,
Mhm.
it sounded like he was leaning one way, and then he puts a post out like he's leaning the other way. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how this is evolving. So the high limit thing was like ironclad last year. Now you're starting to see some guys like, you know what, meh. Even guys in charter positions, like, meh,
Yeah.
maybe it's not there. So it's
I don't think anybody and we talked about it with Brent too. Nobody really knows
knows
what
what the
the
charter
value
is
of the
yet.
charter is yet. You know what I mean?
But
So
the fact that they might be willing to give it up, and like Dirt Tracker talked about it a week, like they might be willing just to give it up because, which is crazy. It's an investment. You knew the investment, but a lot of moving parts still.
yeah. What other moves?
I mean, Spencer Basin, right, went to the
Spencer Baston went to the
14.
14. We know Peck is in the 26. I think he's going to be really good
Crouch in
there.
the
Crouch
5.
in the 5. Locally, though, there hasn't been too
Everything's
much.
kind of
Everything's kind of
stayed.
yeah.
We saw a sneak peek of the return of the 22.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Doug Handmaker. So that's a
Yeah.
nice
That
looking
looks
car.
awesome. Yeah.
It's gonna be cool to see that back out there, and I think he's gonna do pretty decent with it.
It's another 410 car you could add to the field in here in PA. I think the 410 field's gonna be really big this year. There's a lot of people kinda, that we're hearing that might be moving up to 410 and you know what I mean? So, couple guys coming back like Jacob Allen and Brock, even though I think I didn't listen to Dirt Tracker's whole thing, but I would imagine Jacob Allen's probably out on the road maybe a little bit more, but I don't know, we'll see. Pick and choose. And it's hard to pick against PA when you're paying like this here. You
Right,
know what I mean? So,
right.
um,
And Jeremy Allen did a piece on that, like dollars and cents. It makes sense if you're based here. Why really leave?
right? Go out for some big shows or something that you really wanna go run, and otherwise, shit, Friday night, just go load it down to Williams Grove or Sealands
A
Grove if
hell of
they're
a lot,
racing. Saturday, go down to Lincoln or Port Royal,
it's a hell of a lot easier being home most nights.
Yeah. Um, yeah, nothing really else. USAC, they'll be coming back, doing their normal Eastern run, ending at Kutztown. Kutztown's also getting a super late model race, which is nuts. I love what Kutztown's doing. I think they had their bread and butter with their the 600s and everything, and um, but then they try to do some of these things with like, hey, let's get some oh, that's the other one. Kyle Reinhardt stepping away, gonna be putting somebody in that car. He'll be more of a mentor owner. I think we have an idea of who it is, but we'll let them announce it. Um, thank you, Mandy, for that reminder. I knew there was something else that was kind of like a big deal here. Um, Eric Schneck says thoughts on Selinsgrove losing the Speed Week date. We did talk about that earlier. If you're tuning in late, we kind of feel like it was inevitable. Just kind of we didn't know what Selinsgrove was so in flux. And Path deserves a date. Um, so it sucks for Selinsgrove, but if they have a whole year here where they're able to reestablish themselves, I'm sure they'll get it back. They'll have to figure something out with the schedule because that means one track loses a date. And obviously Danny made his
Danny was
his
spot
opinion
on.
well known, which he was spot on, to be honest. I mean, I understand, like we said, but earlier, we understand why tracks have 2 dates because they can really support it. They could pay the big purse. They get huge crowds that maybe some of these smaller tracks can't necessarily do, and it's what makes Speed Week. But at the same time, variety,
Whole
you know,
what made
it,
Speedweek great was when you would go Grandview, Silver Spring, whatever it was,
mhm,
Bedford, and you got to see our guys that were following the schedule, see them race somewhere that they don't.
yeah,
They don't have a big notebook, and you knew they own a Grandview, like Fred Raymer was going to be your favorite, or wherever it was. You go to Hagerstown, Lance is a threat.
mhm,
Silver Spring was more of a wild card. Like last time I was the one and only time I've been there with Greg Hodnett won in the Apple Cart, but it was just you would see different traits come out. If they
mhm,
were somewhere else and you saw it was fun.
yeah. I think if they could figure out keep Path Valley, get Selinsgrove in there, get Cook County in there. I'd say even get Bedford in there. Or
If you get Clinton
get
County and
Bedford, or I'd even be willing. I'd probably weigh against what
say
everybody.
Lernerville, you're gonna freak everyone.
No, Bridgeport. I would love to see.
Oh,
I know
it's gonna
it's.
stress everyone out.
I know,
Um,
but you could run Bridgeport and Grandview like right back to back. It's pretty
if you
close.
got Clinton County and Selinsgrove to join up with Path, you only need one more track, and there's no repeat dates, right? You can
Yeah.
leave Hagerstown if you want, or take it
No.
if you
Yeah.
want.
Leave it. No,
But
I
the
leave it on the schedule.
Big diamonds right up the road. We don't
Yeah.
love it. We don't love it. You don't have to love it, but it's right up the road, and they had a
I would.
date for years.
Yeah, they did.
Um, Bedford's unique too.
Yeah.
Um,
They don't have any 410 shows anymore.
you could rotate those two back and forth if you so wanted to. Um,
Eric with a great question here, and this is something that I debated in one of our chats. If you were booking Speed Week, what would your preferred schedule be? And I think you can shorten it, go Saturday to Friday. You could start it at Lincoln, go to Baps, Then go somewhere different Monday. Say Path, Grandview, Hagerstown, Sealands Grove, finale at you could go Saturday, I should say.
That's what I was gonna say. Saturday. I think it's how it used to be because you give Lincoln their home date,
Or
Port their home date, Williams
yeah.
Grove their home date. The
Yes.
Saturday, Friday, and then the other tracks take around it, and you have that rain date Sunday if you want it.
Yeah. And you have the rain date Sunday, or move ports up somewhere maybe during the week and have, the biggest race of the week is that Williams Grove race. Make it the finale. I know that leaves a whole nother weekend, but at least you make up dates or whatever. I don't know. I think you could do something like that. I'm fine with the way it's structured now. What's going on, Billy? But I do think I would love to see it change hands a little bit. You could open Friday at Clinton County, then go to Lincoln, then go to Baps, then maybe you go to Sealands Grove, or you go to Path.
Monday.
I think Path would make more sense on Friday or on Monday. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Then you do your Grandview, you do
Or
your
Tuesday.
Hagerstown. Thursday, go to Sealands Grove, Williams Grove Friday, end at Port Royal.
Something like that. Yeah, I think that would work.
And then you have that Sunday out.
Right, and that's just there. I get we talked about Mitch Smith being the grand finale, but I think Williams Grove would rather have that Friday night than because that's their home
Right.
date.
That's what I was
and
trying to think of a
if you
way
go
to end it on
Saturdays-
a Friday.
But you give Port and Lincoln how it used to be. They split the Saturdays. That's their home date.
Mhm.
Home day of the week, and then you have Friday, Williams Grove, and then work around it. I think you could do it that way, and then have some rain dates, and then it's just they go to say you get rained out Sunday at Babs. You get rained out Sunday at Babs, and that's the first rain of the week. They get the rain date or whatever it may be.
Yeah. I
And
think
if you're
there's
like Grandview, you get rained out, you don't get it back because Babs had to use the rain date. That's tough luck.
yeah, it just is what it is.
Used
I
to
don't
be what
hate
Monday used to be
I
a rain date, which was
yeah,
weird.
yeah, which is,
Stupid.
especially
Only
if
two tracks had a chance at it.
and if it's like July 7th, well after the
Well, I'm
4th of
saying it used to be
July
that
holiday.
it used to start on Saturday. Williams Grove would race Friday, but it wasn't part of Speed Week. And then you'd have Saturday like Lincoln, and then Sunday was like Bedford or whatever, and then Monday was an off day, or a rain date. But it was only for really Lincoln or Bedford if they wanted it. It was weird.
Jay-Z's going to be charging for his breaking news soon. Yeah, maybe he will. I mean, he could. I don't want to get into this social media stuff right now. We know all
We
the
don't know
drama that's
nothing.
going on.
We don't know nothing.
We've seen some of all the drama that's going on there, and we know nothing. Yeah. Anything, I can't remember.
So, no, I think with that,
I think
we
that's
leave it
really
open to the chat.
Yeah.
Comment, let us know what you want to think about, and we will be back at some point.
Yeah, we'll be back. Probably be back. We'll be back sometimes after the new year. Chris Frank committed to the All-Star Series.
I heard that. Big 410 driver now.
Big 410 driver.
He's
There's
going
another
real
one.
big.
There's another one going 410 driving.
He's going to go real big. He's an all-star.
He is an all-star.
He's our all-star. He's second all-star behind Billy.
Let's call him Smash Mouth because he's an all-star. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
It's perfect for you at this point. You thought the side joke was going to land.
Yeah, I thought it was.
That means we got to get out of here. We've been here twice as long as we wanted to be.
Other news: Penn State's in the college football playoff. They got a home game. Let's go! Exciting Whites, go Birds! Steelers suck. They're getting their ass kicked this week. I can't wait to go freeze my ass off in the pouring rain.
Billy's going to come punch you in the face. And before we leave, I do want to say I think Ohio State fans are the worst humans. I've established that this week.
They're soft.
Ohio State is the worst team, and their fans. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
They're trying to see one of their.
Jimmy, this isn't a football podcast, okay?
Yeah, but they were trying to make it illegal to plant another flag on the O.
The Outlaws are going to make it illegal for you to yell at their officials.
Ban me. See what I care.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We figured there's just a lot of stuff going on, and it's been kind of hard for all three of us to come together. It was nice to have Jay-Z on for the couple of minutes that we did have him. we're gonna try to do some stuff here the next couple weeks, and then we'll probably fire it up back towards the end of January. Maybe we'll do another 1 or 2 of these until then. But
We got to give Jeremy 30 minutes at some point. We took
yes,
40 here. We have to give Jeremy a solo session. Got to let it get it all out.
yeah. Chili both thoughts real quick.
Short.
Shout out Mason Hannigan. He got a ride and he's running Chili Bowl. So
That's better there than he did in the cartoon race the other night.
So shout out Mason Hannigan. I hope you do well, buddy. I'll give him a right rear in our posse league. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in on